Hello, and welcome to another episode of Homesteader Tips. My name is Karen, and we are going to be taking a look at what's in my backyard, and what could be in your backyard, and what you could eat, and what you should not eat. Hi, Macaroni. Hello. Here's another dog. Hi, Waffles. Hello. Oh no, have you been digging? Have you been digging? So we are in my backyard that I share with a couple of people. And just to kind of catch you up, a few months ago, I decided to buy some cover crop seeds. And it has been the coolest purchase of my life. I basically put a bunch of cover crop seeds in this area of my yard and also in this kind of abandoned lot situation. And it's just been really cool. The soil has been revitalized. And not only that, I'm realizing that I didn't know what was in the cover crop seeds, but now I know everything I think that came up is technically edible. It's a cover crop. Cover crops are great for when you want to give your soil a rest and protect it from the sun, of course. And if you get edible cover crops, you can still benefit from what you plant. So I just want to show you what's come up and how cool this is. And also just like other things that have popped up in my backyard that I could technically eat. So I figured out that this was chickweed from an app that I bought called Picture This. It does cost money, but if you are interested in plant identification, it's very accurate, I would say. If you're going to eat anything, you should double, triple, quadruple check that it is, in fact, what you think it is. I am not a authority on any kind, so, take precautions. So yeah, this could be eaten in salads. So I want to show you this one. This is actually called the Marshmallow Plant. Marshmallow. The mallow from the marsh. Little fun fact. This can look very similar to other plants, so again, be very sure that you know exactly that this is the marshmallow plant. It's got a black spot in the center, and then it comes out. But yeah, just, triple check that this is growing in your backyard. But it is a very common weed, but this is edible. You can saute this just like you would any green, put it in soups. And also the root has medicinal purposes against coughing and things like that. You can make tea out of this. It's very, very good for you. And this grows everywhere in LA. Okay, now I've hopped back into this jungly area. What I love, how cool, is that these crops work really well together because the tall plants are used, and this is sugar snap peas, and it clings to the tall plants so that they all lift each other up, which is just so beautiful. It's just beautiful. Okay, so this is sugar snap peas. It doesn't have any fruit on it, but luckily you can eat the leaves. They're very good. You can saute them, you can eat them in a salad, and the smaller ones are a little more tender. This is literally wheat. I'm so excited that this came up. And I also found out that you can grind your own wheat. You don't need a mill or anything. You can use a coffee grinder for small amounts. I just love how they blow in the wind. But anyway, I'm very excited to find out that this is wheat. And I found this out by using my little Picture This app. So this is wild mustard. And it's considered an invasive plant, but it was in my cover crops, so it's kind of staying okay. But what's cool about this is that you can eat the entire plant, even the root. And of course you can make mustard out of the flowers, which I am very excited to try. Oh wow, some of them do have flowers. It's so pretty. Now these are wild radish. This one has gone to seed, so it's a little crazy. But basically, these are edible, and these are like radish, but they're wild, and they're spicy, and you can also pickle them. So I'm going to be picking a bunch and pickling these. And yeah, the wild radish leaves are also edible. So lots of edible stuff. So if I wanted, I could literally go through and pick all of this and process all of it. And I really couldn't. I'm just one person. And I would have more than enough to eat. And this I didn't water at all. I just timed it with the rains to make sure that right before I planted, I knew there would be at least 5 days of rain. And as soon as they were able to grow and cover the dirt, they basically shaded the dirt, which meant it needed less watering, and then it kind of became its own self-regulating system, which would be how it is in the forest. I mean, you don't water a forest, so they obviously have figured it out. They, meaning the plants and nature. Okay, so now I'm going to show you one more thing that has popped up, which I'm very excited about. The last thing I want to show you that has popped up everywhere, you can see all these big leaves here. These are all broccoli. Do you see the little broccoli? It's so cute. But what you may not have known, because when they sell broccoli in the stores, they just have these tiny little leaves attached to the stalk, is broccoli leaves are incredibly nutritious, edible, and the smaller leaves especially are very tender. I literally just put them in some soup and I was dying. They were so, so good. So I really think I'm just going to go through and cut all of the medium to small leaves and freeze them and eat them. The cover crop itself was like maybe $25 for an entire 5-pound bag. I just spread it on the top, covered it in hay, and then it rained, and then it came up on its own. I didn't sow anything. It was so easy, and it's basically made our backyard really beautiful, and it's improved the soil at the same time. So this is my plug for cover crop, and gosh, it's so easy, and it's just been such a delight to see what has come up. Yeah, I think, you know, this doesn't necessarily count as foraging, although I did show you a couple of native plants that were not in my cover crop seeds that are still edible. But if you're interested in this, it's just really fascinating to like take a look in your backyard and see what's out there, and whether or not you eat it, just knowing what you can eat is a good survival skill. All right, everyone. If you like these videos, I'm accepting tips on Venmo right here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.